Okay, before I go to my music stuff, because I want to talk to him, I'm not gonna let it go. I'm gonna make Bob endure my music segment.
Hang on, no, Brandon, hold on. You mentioned something. I think it was last week that we didn't get to actually talk about, and that was
Okay.
the Matrix. The Matrix preview.
Yes, the Matrix trailer.
Yeah, the trailer. What did you think about that? First off,
Okay, so the Matrix trailer for me, it is very conflicting. I get very excited because I want to see more Matrix. The problem is I don't really want to see more Matrix. I just want to see more of good Matrix, which is from the first movie only, because the other movies were terrible. Or okay, they're not terrible. They're average at best. They're not. They're just not good, and they're a major letdown because the first one is so good. So for me, I was very conflicted because of that emotional response that I 100% had. The problem that I have is in the trailer, especially when I watched it a second time, it's basically just fan service where they're showing us teases of things that we know they didn't know we're gonna like, that were stuck back into basically the movie. It's like remaking the first movie all over again with a couple little twists, and then the illusions of the fact that we're gonna make Trinity as powerful as Neo is, and that's not particularly a great thing. So I will say I'm excited and I want to go see it. So that part works, but I'm sort of apprehensive. And I think the people, if you don't know their story, there's two brothers, the Wachowski brothers made the Matrix franchise, and they have now, I kid you not, both transitioned. So they're both transgender. I don't know how that's
okay.
mathematically possible, but that is what happened. So, Alex, what were your thoughts? You checked it out?
I saw it. I liked it. It seemed like an interesting premise. I'm curious to know how they're going to, because I thought he died at the end of the third one.
Yep.
So how does he
So did
stay?
Trinity.
Like, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. So I don't necessarily understand how they're going to make it, but it seemed like it was going to be. It seems like it's going to be good. So and again, I actually liked all three, but I'm much more of a. I'm a lot more easier to please than Brandon, obviously.
Yeah, it goes
So
without saying.
Yeah.
it goes without saying. So
It goes without saying.
I
It goes
liked
without
it.
saying. Yeah.
There's
Bob, did you
another.
watch the Matrix
There's another
trailer?
movie. There's an. Oh, go back.
Never
Go,
saw
go
it.
ahead. Oh, you never said. What do you care about culture?
He doesn't.
Did you see?
He might
Did
see
you
it. He
see
might
the
see a movie.
preview?
He'll just rewatch Daredevil season 1 again. That's all he does.
Did you see the preview for the new Top Gun?
Yeah, I'm not a good person to talk to about that because I don't really care for the first.
You didn't like Top Gun the movie?
Yeah. So there. Okay, so there's a joke that started when Tarantino started filmmaking that if you just listen to the audio in certain fight scenes, it has a very homoerotic tenor to it. And after hearing that for myself, I can't unsee it. So it's a little hard to take Top Gun differently now. Look, it's fine. I mean, I want movies to come back and make money, and I know there's a ton of buzz for Maverick and the people that want to see Top Gun again. It's not my thing, but I still, it's okay. I thought there were parts in the trailer I thought were actually pretty good and were actually more interesting than the original Top Gun. So if that turns out to be a well-reviewed and well-received thing, like there's more thematically that, garners seeing it, then yeah, I'll definitely check it out. You liked it because you brought it up.
Well, what I heard is that what they did with this movie is different than what they've done with a lot of other movies in the past, or something along those lines. All the scenes, all the airplane scenes are real scenes, and they're doing a whole lot more of the cockpit stuff that they were doing in the first one. They did some of it in the first one, but they didn't do it like they're not doing it like they're doing it now. Like now you have a tremendous, scenes, and the audio and visual stimulus there is going to be something big. Like if you want to see this movie, I think you need to see it in like an IMAX theater kind of deal.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I think that one of the appeals of the movie called Dunkirk is that those are real planes. They shot real footage. So that was one of the appeals for me when I saw it in the theater, saw the big IMAX, saw all that, was those were actually real replica planes that they built for this and filmed actual dogfight scenes and things like that. They had actually used archive footage to try to choreograph certain things. yeah, if they start adding stuff like that to this, that would definitely interest me a whole lot more than just a standard action film. So I'm glad you told me that. I did not know that.
Yeah. So I watched a video on like the making of it or how they're making it, and they mentioned a whole lot of these things when they were doing it.
Hey, we're News Talk with Brandon and Bob. We're here to tell you about some of the facts so you don't have to waste your time watching CNN.
We don't want you wasting any time with CNN.
Or Fox or MSNBC or some of these other guys that are making a whole lot of money.
Et cetera, et cetera.
It's not paying.